Real questions from John that went through his head, everyone. I imagine, and I'm sure you've heard them in your mind. Where is God in all of this? Why did God let this happen? Did I really hear from God? Did I get it right? I thought obedience would bring a better reward. Let's agree on this, okay? It's okay to have questions. And it's really okay not to have the answers. There's been long seasons in my life where I've lived with more questions than answers. Come on, everybody. Are you with me today? Am I preaching to real people here? We're not robots. I've lived with more questions than I've had answers. Well, I've got the Bible. Do you know what? I'm wrestling with Scripture some days to go, how does the promise of freeing prisoners work when I'm in jail? I mean, I don't know how that one works. That's a hard one to work with, everybody. I'm not the Bible answer man. Nobody actually is. There's times where God says, I know, but I'm not telling. And I've got to trust him as God. And there will be moments when doubt comes in, and it's tough, everybody. It's tough. Elizabeth Elliot says this: faith does not eliminate questions, but faith knows where to take them. Faith knows where to take them. Here, and the final thought is this: real questions build deep faith. Real questions build deep faith. And if I could give you, if you're saying, Andrew, I've listened to you today and that's been interesting. If you could remember one thing, I want you to remember this point. Are you ready? I want you to sort of put on your seatbelt, lean in and go, I'm going to get this point. Because if I could tattoo something on your soul right now, I would tattoo this. Let's read this, okay? It says, verse 4 again. Jesus replied, go back and report to John what you hear. Remember we said it earlier on, the blind receive sight. It's happening, John. The lame walk and those who have leprosy are cleansed. The deaf hear and the dead are raised. And the good news is proclaimed to the poor. Not a Roman is defeated. We didn't shout at Pilate. We didn't do anything like that, but something else is happening. Theologic is very important. But look at verse 6. Verse 6 is like, you ready? I'm going to call it the forgotten Beatitudes. Matthew chapter 5, we've got the Beatitudes. Blessed are the poor. Blessed are the meek. Blessed are the... Here we've got a forgotten one. Blessed is anyone who does not stumble on account of me. What? What does that even mean? Blessed means happy. Happy is the one who does not stumble on account of me. It could be translated this way from the original Greek. Blessed is the one, happy is the one who is not offended on account of me. Actually, the Greek word here is where we get our English word scandal or scandalized. Blessed or happy is the one who is not scandalized by me. That I do stuff that's so left, right of where you think I should be. Blessed is the one that in those moments that can accept my will as hard as it is. You will be happy in life. And John, I know that you're struggling, but listen, this is what Jesus was saying. I know you're in prison, but I can't become the Jesus that you want me to be. And everybody, we all want, as Johnny Cash said, our own personal Jesus. We cannot make Jesus into our image, but we can be transformed into his image. You see, some of us, we don't really want Jesus. We just want a butler. We want a James. Hey, James, can you help me? James, get me a cup of tea. That's not Jesus. Jesus is not our butler. Jesus is the Lord of life, everybody. And his kingdom, look at me, next weekend I'm going to think it's an Irish kingdom. You might think it's an American kingdom. It's none of those things. It's his kingdom. You can't put a label on it. You can't put a stamp on it. It belongs to him. And theologically, we've got to get this because I find Christians fall out of love with Jesus because they had a false idea of who Jesus was and what he would be. Hey, everybody, we've got to get back to the Bible.